Hello, this is Uhasa and welcome to the Desolate Isles guide. This is the official guide that I am releasing with Radiant Art. Big shout out to Radiant Art. All the credit goes to them with the teams, the map movements, the analyses, everything. So, this is the #1 guild in the world at the moment and probably will remain. And I just want to give a big thank you to them as always, and let's get started. So we're going to give a quick image for the map movement and the best teams for people who don't want to understand everything, the analysis and everything, just to see what we need to do. So this is the map. You can take a screenshot or look at it or whatever. I'm going to also post these on my Discord as the guide, and then this is the roles and teams. So passage roles are here. Remember that you want to fight in groups of 3, stay within your factions, because the faction bonus abilities apply in battle drills. Remember to finish within 60 seconds left or more. You want to restart the fight or experiment. If you fail, use the reslotting technique, use the 5-man shuffle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up the reslotting technique, look up the 5-man shuffle in my older videos. For towers, you only need this one team. It's mostly Damien over Coco, but I think there's this one tower that's really difficult where they charm you. You can substitute or should substitute Damien for Coco. And you want to use the Tide Core spell. Bossing, these are the teams. I think the Corrin team is the one that's currently the strongest. And yeah, that's it. So enjoy, but if you are still here and you still want to listen and understand where I'm coming from with all of this, then stick around. So let's take a look at the map. And what's going on is you have the left, right, and bottom is what I call it. And you want to, basically the goal for everything is to unite the camps as quickly as possible, get all the buffs as quickly as possible, and unlock the +5 slots as efficiently as possible, which means you want to get to level 100. And to reach level 100, you have to each camp gives you 5 +5 already automatically, so you default start with +15. And then if you take this route, you can get to 100. By the time you get to here, number 4, you destroy this tower, you will get 100 plus 100, and then everyone in your guild will get +5 heroes. Now, the reason why we start off like this is you want like the buff. There's a buff right here, and you want to unite the camps as quickly as possible. So this is like a no-brainer, very obvious. At the same time, once this is happening, you can go down here, and the 2 camps will work together to take down this buff. For the bottom camp, Radiant, I think they just they don't do anything until both the top left and right come down to meet them, because they can save, they usually put their strongest heroes, strongest people down in the bottom camp, so they can save their stamina to take down number 4 and number 6. For my guild, we don't, and I think more normal guilds, it's not really possible. So what I did was I got bottom camp to take, while they were doing this, I got the bottom camp to work our way up to this buff tower here. So we all try and meet here or here. Usually these little towers, they are very quick to go down with the Aeron comp. And then once you're here, you've unlocked, you've united all the camps. And then that means you've got 2 buffs, and then you're going to work here to get the last buff. Once you've got that, then you can take down this tower. You would quickly take down this one. So you're prioritizing this one over this one because you can unlock the +5 bonus. Then you go here. You're getting this little mini tower just for the extra power of +5 levels. And that's also the last mini tower. Then you take down this big tower, and then all the passages at the same time, like probably while you're doing number 6, probably while you're doing number 5 and 4. Like 4, 5, 6, you're gonna do pretty much together. And then while that's happening, the people doing passages, the remaining stamina, they will be pretty buffed up with all the buffs or the bonus levels, and they will quickly be able to take down all the passages. This will open up the boss, and then you can take down the boss. After round, like the first map is complete, the map will reopen. You will have all your buffs, you will have all your slots, so you just need to clear the map again. You don't get any other bonuses, you just clear the map in whatever order you like, doesn't really matter. But I think you can try to rush to aim for this tower as quickly as possible and take down these bosses. I believe that's the quickest way to maximize your points quicker if you care about the leaderboard and stats. Okay, so moving on. After you complete the second map, you will just be in endless mode, taking down the boss. Okay, so roles and teams. With passages, you want to stick within your faction. The reason is because the faction bonus abilities, they apply in battle drills. So that's why you want to stick with your factions. Here, you have Mauler, Wilder, Graveborn, Lightbearer. You don't have to have all 5 of these, or like you don't have to have all of these. If you don't have all of them, then just grab someone else who substitutes. The main theme here is they do AoE damage, or they're just powerful in general. I think Igor's an interesting one, but his ulti is AoE, and he can also function as your tank. So just remember, you want to stick with these rules, the reminders here, that you want to finish within 60 seconds because that will maximize your stamina. If you fail, that's okay. Just try not to try to restart before you fail or before your team is dead, so then you can try again. And don't forget, you can use the reloading technique and the 5-man shuffle. Now with the towers, you just want to use this team. This team is the only team you really need. The reason is because Aaron and Almus combination is really strong, and it's the quickest way to clear everything. You have a group of 5 people, 5 units, and if you group them all with the tornado plus Almus gives you bonus stun, and then Parisa stacks her AoE, Carolina freezes everyone and does more damage, and then Damien heals but also gives haste as well, and he can, you know, do things like the aeroplane. The Tide Call is the best spell because it well, you just read the ability, but I forgot what it does. But it allows your team to do more damage, basically. Now for the bossing teams, you have the Pesto, like you have the, you know, the Wallet team, you have the Corin team, which is currently the strongest from what I know, and like Corin just deals massive damage, and he deals true damage, obviously. And then the last 2 teams, these are like different alternatives, and you can see there's a Vala in there, which means that you should only use these teams when the boss is less than 50% HP or more. And when I say bossing, I'm not just talking about the big boss. I'm talking about the Salazar. Oh, sorry. I'm talking about the Salazar and Mirio as well. So when I say bossing, I mean this guy, Nathaniel, this guy, Salazar, and this girl, Muriel. So that's what I mean by bossing. Now, here, like I said, with the Vala team, you only want to use it when the boss is less than 50% HP or more. Let's start with the Pesto team, Italian team. So, this is the Wallet team. Obviously, you have three Hypergean Celestials. Rainier is great with the, bonus damage. Makola gives the 30% bonus damage, and then Talene is the main damage dealer here, but you have Lily May who also deals a lot of damage with true damage as well. With Corrin, even though it's okay that he doesn't stack, like he doesn't fully synergize with the magic thing, because Cassidy reduces the enemy's magic defense with Alsa, so Alsa can take advantage of this. Smokey can take advantage of this. And it's okay that Corrin doesn't, because he deals true damage, and true damage ignores all physical and magic resistance in the first place, so it's technically they do synergize. With the 50%, less than 50% teams, you can see that Lenya deals like a crap ton of damage, especially with this, and so you want her to spam, get into her ulti, where she goes into that zone where she can crit really hard and do flurry kicks. So that's how she can deal so much more damage. With Kruger, he reduces the enemy's physical defense, which helps a lot with everyone else. And Shakir grants the bonus damage. On the other side, you have the trying to remember her name. Let's say Bunny Girl. She gives bonus haste, and helps a lot with damage. Okay, moving on. So this is the old details from Avatar, and this map is useful, so I just want to bring it up. On the left here you have the buffs, and then on the right here you just have the camp details. So for the camps, everyone gets the same buffs, and for the buffs that you have to obtain, so 4, 5, and 6, you want to go 4, 6, and 5 in that order. And the reason being is, well, 4 is obviously the obvious choice here, with everyone uniting at the top. And then I think 6 is better over 5 because of the ability that it gives. 50 haste and 40 energy per second for all allies. And that's better than waiting for your allies to cast ultimate, gain 15% attack and crit for all allies. I think this is something that is stronger and will be more useful when your guild is much stronger. So when you get the plus 100 points, when you've unlocked everything, when your teams are at its strongest, that's when the moment of glory will shine the brightest. Whereas energy flow, it will help in really effectively at all stages of the map. So that's why you're gonna opt for number 6, energy flow, over moment of glory. Now, if you're wondering how to allocate roles, if you're a guild leader or a vice, or you have the role of allocating roles, this is just what I did with my guild. And this is an old example, so like I said before, I wouldn't do this anymore where everyone is only purely boss. I did strongholds and bosses, so more stronghold and boss teams, because like I said, my guild is better off shifting into that role. So just adapt based off this, use this as your reference point, as your guide, and then you can, you have experience from round one, you can figure out based off of that. So when you allocate roles, it's really important that you take a look at everyone in your guild's heroes list and then see where their investments are, and based off of the teams that match the best with the role, you match them with that role. So every role is very important, especially passages. Passages are extremely important. All the roles are equally important because they all have different jobs that they need to fulfill, different purposes, and that's the whole point. You're meant to coordinate with your guild. And so the balance of this, like the ratios, is you want to have the left and right camp about 5 to 6 passage teams, and then like in the bottom camp, you can probably also do that. So I think reflecting back, I think you could do. Well, actually, I think you can have more passage and stronghold teams inside instead. You can mix it up, and then you can have a mix of stronghold and boss teams and just spread them out equally. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. So that's my take on this. Okay, so this is an example of looking at someone's, like how I would look at a person's teams and like heroes list, and then just decide what role they would be best at. So looking at this, I can see they here's my thought process. They don't have the bossing team, like they don't have the pesto, they don't have the Waller team, right? So that's one factor. They don't have the Makola one either. They do have. Do they have Vala? Yeah, they have Vala. They could do. They could technically have a Vala team, but they're not really. They could technically hold it until that time, but they do have the Stronghold team. So what they can do is they can have 2 passage teams and 1 tower team, or they can have 3 passage teams. So personally, I think they can just do 1 tower and 2 passages, just because I know what it feels like to be a passage role all the time because of my free-to-play account. It kind of sucks. I mean, the job is important, but still, like, it's nice to have different roles, so I don't really care. Not trying to be too perfect with role allocations, so I would give this person the 2 passage teams and 1 tower team, so they can have fun fighting towers as well. When it gets to the bosses, you could also ask your guild who are in passages. They can temporarily switch. If they use all their stamina, they can switch their heroes out for bossing teams if they have any potential bossing teams, and then they can come back to that. Okay, so this is what my Discord specifically for Secluded Island looks like. I have 6 channels here. You can see the bottom 3 are for the roles, so if you're assigned to that role, you will see the specific roles and what heroes to get. And the first one is the map. So it's not maps, because there's only 1 map, but it's just the map. And then these are the 2 techniques that I was talking about before, the reslotting and shuffling technique. I will I will make a video in the future detailing the systems. And then just to, people might be asking me about this, the Analytica's Secluded Island route, and my take is that it's not very good, to be honest. And the reason why it's not good is because it's very inefficient to do with being able to take the 100 points. You have to go through this way. Now, the way that the route is, it's simpler, right? It looks simpler, it looks more easy to follow. However, what you're doing here by going through the sides, Well, first of all, the sides here, it looks like you're gaining a lot of ground, but these 5 passages on each side are actually hard. They're hard, and so it's very, very difficult for the people for average guilds. It's very difficult for average guilds to do these and finish them in 60 seconds within that 60-second mark. I think people in Analytica guild, like like very whale guilds, I think they will be able to do it, but it's very difficult. Now the next obstacle is these towers. These towers are not meant to be taken down that quickly. And like even for guild like Analytica guild, it will take quite some time, a lot of stamina, a lot of firepower to take down these towers, especially they don't have any buffs and they're doing a solo. And then they want you to finish all of this within the first day. And that's very difficult for a normal guild. So they want you to go down here, take down this, take down this. I mean, the bottom camp, yes, they can help, but who are they going to help first? Or are they going to spread it out? And then they each have to take their own passages as well. Anyway, let's just say that this is all doable. Then they're going through here. So they're going through so many strong towers just to unlock the first buff. And this is energy flow, which is the better of the two here. But they're completely missing out on the spell mastery. Anyway, so they go through here. Maybe I should bring out my epic pet. Yes. Oh, it's green, sorry. Let's make it red. Yeah. So they're gonna go like this, and then go like this, and then they go like that, and then like this. And then they're taking out this tower too. And then, what was it? Oh, blue and then red. Okay. So blue, that one, and then that one. Yeah, okay. So after this, then they didn't even give instructions on what to do after. So it's pretty tricky. Like, what would you do from here? Yeah, there's a lot of options, but if I were to do this, then I just quickly take out these other small towers. You know, it's very inefficient. You're basically taking out... Okay, yep, it's fine. Then you take out this, and then this. And then you can take out these two. And then finish all the passages, and then the boss. I think the pathing is just way too inefficient. And that's my take on it. Unfortunately. I mean, I love Analytica, like, in terms of, like, what they bring to the community. But this is not that great, to be honest. Now with Tassie's the new hero. I haven't tested it, but based off of the damage and everything, I think we'll have to see. I can't give a promising definite answer, a confident answer. For passageways, it's probably possible. I mean, who are you replacing if you do this? You're replacing Lenya or Lily May? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. For the towers, who would you be replacing? I'd rather not. I'd rather not replace them. But I think it's worth testing for sure. Definitely try testing this, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, but that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So, quick summary. This is the map. This is the teams. And I hope you enjoyed the video. And best of luck to everyone who is going for round 2. And thank you once again. Big shout out to Radiant Guild. The link to their Discord is in the description. The link to my Discord is in the description. And yeah, that's it. Bye bye.